What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem includes all the living things such as plants, animals, and organisms in a given area, interacting with each other and also with their non-living environments, such as the weather, the earth, the sun, soil, climate, and so on. Ecosystem simply means ecological systems. Ecology is the study of ecosystems. In an ecosystem, each organism has its own niche or role to play. Consider a small puddle in the back of your home. In it, you may find all sorts of living things, from microorganisms to insects and plants. These may depend on non-living things such as water, sunlight, temperature, and so on. This is a very complex, wonderful interaction of living things and their environment. Anytime a stranger or external factor such as a rise in temperature is introduced to an ecosystem, it can be disastrous. There are also many other threats to ecosystem. Usually, biotic members of an ecosystem together with their abiotic factors depend on each other. This means the absence of one member or one abiotic factor can affect all parties of the ecosystem. Unfortunately, ecosystems have been disrupted or even destroyed by natural disasters such as fires, floods, storms, and volcanic eruptions. Human activities have also contributed to the disturbance of many ecosystems and biomes. Ecosystems come in indefinite sizes. It can exist in a small area such as underneath a rock, a decaying tree trunk, or a pond. Or it can exist in large forms such as an entire rainforest. Technically, the Earth could be called a huge ecosystem. Take a look at this decaying tree trunk to see how members of this small ecosystem relate to each other. Humidity provides moisture for the tree to decay. The decaying tree trunk provides grounds for green plants to grow. Green plants become food for bugs and insects. Bugs and insects become food for smaller animals like this frog. And the frog becomes dinner for the big snake hiding under the trunk. There you go. You'll notice that if one member is taken out of it, the entire relationship would be affected. To make things simple, let us classify ecosystems into three main scales. Micro, a small-scale ecosystem such as a pond, puddle, tree trunk, or under a rock. A meso, a medium-scale ecosystem such as a forest or a large lake, or a biome, a very large ecosystem or a collection of ecosystems with similar biotic and abiotic factors, such as an entire rainforest with millions of animals and trees, with many different water bodies running through them. Ecosystem boundaries are not marked by rigid lines. They are often separated by barriers such as deserts, mountains, oceans, lakes, and rivers. To understand the levels of belonging in an ecosystem, let us consider this diagram. An individual is any living thing or organism. A population is a group of individuals of a given species that live in a specific area. A community is all the population in a specific area at a given time. An ecosystem includes more of a community of living organisms interacting with their environment. A biome is a set of ecosystems sharing similar characteristics with their abiotic factors adapted to their environments. A biosphere is each biome blending into each other. Basically, an example would be the sum of all the ecosystems established here on Earth. A little more information on biomes. What is a biome? A biome is an area that is characterized by the climate, plants, and animals of that area. There are 5 major categories of biomes on Earth. In these 5, there are many subbiomes, under which there are many more well-defined ecosystems. The desert biomes, the aquatic biomes, the forest biomes, the grassland biomes, and the tundra biomes. Why is adaptation so important? Adaptation allows animals to adjust themselves and survive in their natural habitat. Adaptation also helps animals maximize their species survival. Adaptation assists animals to learn how to move, survive from predator, catch prey, find mates, and eat. Successful adaptation allows animals to live long enough to reproduce. So the big question of the day, what is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is all the living and non-living things in an area. Don't forget about biotic and abiotic factors. Now here's a short video to reinforce on what is an ecosystem.
Hi, I'm Emerald Robinson, and in this What Is video, we're going to investigate Earth's ecosystems. An ecosystem is a community of living things interacting with the non-living parts of their environment. There are two primary parts of an ecosystem. The biotic part is made of all the living things like plants and animals, fungi, and bacteria and viruses. The abiotic part is made up of non-living things like rocks and minerals, water, and energy. Ecosystems can be almost any size. While most of us think of communities like a coral reef or a forest, an ecosystem can be a small pond or even the area beneath a large rock. Ecosystems need energy. In most cases, this energy comes from sunlight. Producers, like plants, take light energy and convert it into usable sugar energy through photosynthesis. As animals consume the energy from plants, they are eaten by other animals and ultimately decompose back into the soil. The energy moves through the ecosystem via a food web. Two of the most important concepts in the study of ecosystems are niche and habitat. A habitat is a place where an organism lives. Organisms must get nutrition, shelter, water, and the other things they need to survive from their habitat. Niche is an organism's special role in the ecosystem. What and how something eats, how it behaves, where it lives, all of these things define an organism's niche. Two organisms cannot occupy the same niche for very long. Eventually, one will outcompete the other for food and other resources, forcing the other to move or to go extinct. Many of the Earth's ecosystems are threatened due to climate change, pollution, and the human destruction of habitats. Scientists called ecologists study and monitor the health of ecosystems and continually work to discover new ways to protect these precious organisms and environments.
For thousands of how-to and advice videos on any topic, visit monkeysea.com.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Here's some important terminology you'll want to make sure to know. Habitat, population, community, ecosystem, abiotic, biotic, niche, and adaptation.